Last September, my next guest shared this video online.
As someone who professes to be a mental health advocate, I have to share the bad times with you. So I am in the midst of a mild episode of clinical depression. People that I'm around that I love being with, I don't want to be around. Things that I have to look forward to, and I just have to do the best that I can.
Well, that video has been viewed over 1 million times, helped so many people, and now Denise Welch is hoping to help more by sharing her 30-year-old struggle with depression in her upcoming book, The Unwelcome Visitor. And she joins me now from her home in Cheshire. So good to see you. It really is.
Hi, Lorraine.
How are you doing? How are you doing?
I'm doing okay, you know. It's a very anxious time, as we know, for everybody. And while I'm well, I'm just trying to, spread the word and be as uplifting as possible, because I'm quite used to self-isolating with anxiety, yeah, which I do quite a lot as an illness. So now I'm sharing it with a lot of other people. But I find that remaining positive, getting sleep, getting up in the morning, all things that I'm applying to myself as well, are very, very important.
Very much so, because as you said quite rightly, a lot of us are feeling anxious. I've had some wibbles. We've all had that horrible feeling.
And we have to be honest about that,
Yes.
Lorraine, as well. You know, this is unprecedented times. But I think that what I need to do, and therefore I'm only an actress and presenter, I can't solve the world's problems. None of us can. But in my little way, it's just about being there for each other and sort of my tribe, as I call it, people who look to me. And it's about finding particular websites that are good, finding people like Mel Robbins on Instagram, who is a very calming influence. Me phoning Dr Hilary loads and loads of times.
Yeah, we're all doing that. We're all doing that. Hilary is the voice of reason, isn't he? He's absolutely fantastic.
God, he is. I just get expecting to look at my phone and see block.
Never in a million years.
Never.
But you know, like I was saying, anxiety, we can understand it. It's when it tips over, though, into something more serious, then that's when we really need help.
Well, that's what happens to me. And the thing is with me is that my illness is endogenous a lot of the time. So you have reactive and endogenous. Reactive depression is a result of something that happens, that, something out of our control. Sure. And endogenous depression is something that happens to many people like me who have no control over it a lot of the time. So I can't say that if I go into an episode of depression that it will be because of this blooming virus or of something else. So while I am well, I try to enjoy, this is what I do outside of virus life, I try to really enjoy being normal and doing the things that I have control over. Yeah. So this is an absolute prime time to put those things into operation. And there are certain things which are kind of pretty fundamental, but trying to get enough sleep. I am a real binge watcher of television, so that doesn't change for me. You know, Lincoln and I love self-isolating anyway for days on end if we can. But I do tend to stay up late, so I'm trying to get as much sleep as possible. This morning, which is the worst time for anxiety sufferers and people new to anxiety, is the worst time when you procrastinate and you catastrophize. Make yourself get up. This morning, we had someone who's finishing off our bathroom. We're doing social distancing, Hayden. And he was coming, so I made myself get up. I knew I was doing the show. And within minutes, having a cup of coffee, doing something normal, I felt a bit better about everything. Yeah. So that's very, very important. Are you still there?
Yeah, I am. I'm enthralled.
Oh, you're still there.
No, this is brilliant advice. It really is, Denise.
Well, Lorraine, I'm trying to get everything in the short time that I'll have, but there are statistics as well that I think there are a lot of media that need to take a bigger responsibility with their headlines. It's easy to say, stay off the media, but it's impossible to completely.
Sure.
And there is a lot of that word again, catastrophizing. Mm-hmm. So I think that, the media have a responsibility to bring us some good news. Yes. I'm not a scientist, but I do know that things in China are drastically improving and certain elements of life are trying to go back to normal. Also, someone said to me yesterday, the world is taking a break from humanity. And I love that. I think sometimes
Yeah.
it's important with all the madness to remember the good news that's coming in.
Yeah, you're right.
And that helps me.
No, me too. I think it's great. And you're absolutely right. We need information. But I think that's why Dr Hilary has been so brilliant throughout all of this, because it's a cool head, isn't it? It's a cool head.
Trying to
We're
keep
getting
it,
clarity.
it's a cool head. And also, you know, I think that we forget that many of the third world countries over the years in our lifetime, Lorraine, have seen horrendous famines, starvation, wars, but they've been detached from us. This is our first real challenge to a lot of us who didn't go through the Second World War. So, you know, there have been things going through all over the world, and people still going through what we're going through on top of other things as well.
Yeah.
So we have to try and find some ways to, you know, to sort of think that we're lucky, but in many ways, it's the first big challenge, and together we're going to get through it.
We are.
If we all heed these guidelines.
Exactly. We've got to be sensible. It's all about having common sense, not being so blinking selfish, and listening to you, voice of reason.
Listening to me, the daily Denise. I mean, it's just, you know, I think we've got to keep a sense of humour. You always get the people saying, oh, it's all right for you, and, you know, there's nothing to laugh about. Well, then don't follow. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That we have to have a sense of humour, Lorraine. We're British.
Exactly.
And if we don't, we're all doomed. The other thing is, your lovely weather forecasters have said that we're going to have a cracking Easter. So I think that if you can fight your way into the supermarket and you see some suntan lotion, I'd grab it now. I would, because we're going to be able to sunbathe. And I know with Lincoln and I, if we can lie out in the sun and then come in and watch crime on the telly, we're good to go.
Absolutely. Denise, thank you. You are a tonic, an absolute tonic. It's been lovely to talk to you. Thank you so, so much. Stay well.
Love, Lorraine. Keep up the good work. Love you.
Thank you, darling. You stay well. And you can pre-order Denise's book, The Unwelcome Visitor, right now. Don't forget, you can watch full episodes of Lorraine on the ITV Hub, and all the best clips, compilations and playlists right here on our channel. Just subscribe now and you'll never miss an upload. Click here to watch another video similar to this one, or click here to head to our channel's homepage to explore all of our exciting videos.